Good morning, it's Tuesday. This is the quick maths for today. There's quite a lot, so we'll probably skip past quite a lot of it. There's one at the end that people found tricky yesterday, so that's come back today for another play. And there is a tricky one about differences, so we'll go through that one carefully. This one though, dead simple. We had a look yesterday. As long as you remember that in an hour there are how many minutes?
60.
60, not 90. Hello Izzy, 60. And then in your 0.5, how many? 30. And then in a 0.25, how many? Way too slow. Hello Noah.
15.
15. And a 0.75, Noah?
45.
45. So as long as you remember, half is 30, quarter is 15, 3/4 is 45. These ones shouldn't be a problem. We'll get Izzy to do one just to make sure she is actually awake today. Ready, Izzy? Well, we're not doing the first one because it's way too simple. Let's do that one then. 2.25 hours. And your 2 hours, how many minutes? 120. And in your 0.25, how many minutes? 15. So altogether, how many minutes will you have? Perfect. Easy, right? Well done, Izzy. On we go. I reckon you've got the hang of these by now. Just in case you haven't, we'll get Cooper to help you out. Coops, inside angles on a triangle add up to 180. If we remember that, we'll be fine. How many of them are here, Coop?
90.
That's a 90. We've got 29 here. What do we have to do with the 19 and 29?
Take it off. No,
Add them together to start with, which gives us, what? 119. And what do we take 119 off?
180.
Perfect. So 180, take 119 will get us the answer. Noah, actually we've spoken to Noah a little bit. Let's get Mr. Burgoyne in once again, beautifully dressed in a Cobra Kai hoodie. Mr. Burgoyne, straight line, how many degrees are we thinking about?
180.
180?
Yeah.
Nice. So it's 71 are here. How do we find out what's missing over here?
Take 71 from 182.
Easy, right? Simple stuff. I reckon by now you've got the hang of triangles. Lucia Berry's definitely got the hang of triangles, which is lucky because I'm just about to ask her. Lucia, the area is 30 centimetres squared. What could the length and the breadth be? 60 and 1. Working in centimetres, so we times it together we get 60, but we have to half it. Because it's a triangle. Easy, right? Simple. Loads of ways to do it. Should be okay with this. Let's just check with Leah. Leah, 6 of them are £1.30. How much are 18 of them?
3.
What are we doing first?
6 into 18.
Okay, 6 into 18. So that is 3. Now what?
3 times £1.30.
Okay. And that will get us the answer. Easy stuff. We're not doing all the answers for you today. Right, this is the tricky one. We know that the difference between A, which is here, and B, which is here, is 270. We know that 0 is here, and that's as much as we know. Hopefully you can count, because if you can count, these are easy. If you can't count, forget it, really, just forget it, go and hide under the bed. Let's count. Ready, Noah? We're counting.
Yeah.
What we're going to do is count between A and B. Now, normally I'd leave you to it to kind of work your way through and see if you can come up with something. If you want to do that at home, just pause it here, have a go. Should we just go through it like the easy way, or should I make you have a go?
Make you have a go.
Well, Noah's going to have a go. Noah, somehow I've got to work out what all those missing numbers are. Any idea what I can do?
Do you find out what times tables are in?
Possibly, it might help a little bit, but I need to find out something else.
Or what all the squares are worth?
I need to find out what all the squares are worth, but at the moment that's hard because I've got nothing to work with apart from 0 and a difference of 270. So I've got to think of some more information. What can I do?
Count the squares in between.
Right, count the squares in between. This is a good idea. Lucia wants us to count the squares, or the rectangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I've got 8. Now what? Perfect. Lucia's whispering because she's terribly terrified of YouTube. She's saying divide 270 by 8. Now at this point this sounds clever. Unfortunately, if we hit a problem straight away, what we're doing is wrong. If you're mathsy, you'll already know. 270 divided by 8. Lucia, can you see any problems here? Doesn't work. It's going to give us a remainder. If you're getting a remainder, you've done it wrong. She's almost right, with one crucial difference. Lucia, I don't want to count the squares. If I count the squares or the rectangles, I'm going to get 8. 8 won't go into 270. Disaster, but I do count something. But not the rectangles. You can have a moment of glory and fame. Go!
Do you count A, B, and 0?
Count A, B, and 0.
Then it would go into
Oh, well, count A, B, and 0. Right, so Izzy wants to count A, B, and 0. 1, 2, 3. So if I do 270 divided by 3, what do I get? 90. Wow, this is interesting. So is it going up in 90s? Let's find out. I'll put 90 in there, and then 90 add 90 would be 180. I'll put that in there. 180 add 90 would be 270. I'll put that in there, and then I've got another 90, which would be 360, and so on. But hang on, we got a problem. The difference between A all the way up to B is 270. What you found is the difference between 0 and that rectangle there is 270. 90 is way too big, so I'll roll it back.
Oh,
We'll get there. We will get there.
oh,
It might take a day.
oh.
What can I do, Mia?
add all the squares up, including A and B, but not the 0.
No, that's just weird. Actually, that might get you the right number, but that's not how I want you to do it. Charlie,
Because it's 0, the ones before A are going to be minus. The ones after before 0 are going to be minus.
it doesn't matter. Noah,
Is their answer 30?
is the answer 30? Let's find out. Is it going up in 30s? Noah reckons it's going up in 30s. So if I put 30, 60, 90, 120, okay, and then work backwards. Remember, this is 0, so we're going to go under 0, but it's still the same sequence as long as I run it backwards. Minus 30, minus 60, minus 90. What's next, Noah?
Minus 120.
Minus 120. So down here it'll get me minus
150.
minus 150. So now we're saying the difference between minus 150 all the way up to 120, just in case you can't see that at home, I'll write them really big here. Minus 150 up to 120. Coops, if we're at minus 150 and we go to 0, how far have we gone?
150.
Okay, so that's 150 moves, and then if I go from 0 to 120, that's 120 moves. So what's 150 add 120?
That'll be 270.
Giving us a difference of 270. Noah, you are completely right. It is going up in 30s. How do you know?
Because I counted from A to B, including counting A and B.
Okay.
Because-
Nice job, Noah.
And then you divide it by
Okay,
9.
that's exactly what you do, but we're going to make one slight difference. Noah's got it. Let's just roll it all the way back to where we came in. We know the difference between A and B is 270. We don't count rectangles, we count jumps. Count the jumps. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 jumps to hit B, or count the rectangles and count A and B, which is what Noah said. We've got to jump from A all the way up to B, we have to count them. Right, so it's not 8, it's 9. If then we do 270 divided by 9, like Noah says, we get 30. We're going up in 30s. If that's confusing, roll it back, watch it again. We'll do the one underneath, but we'll have to do it a little bit quicker. So this time we've got a difference of 105 between A and B. Izzy, we're going to count the jumps. Ready? You can count out loud, like a counting thing. Go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Right, if 105 doesn't divide by 7, we've done it wrong. How many 7s are in 10? 1. What's left over?
3.
How many 7s are in 35?
5.
5. So we are going up in 15s, right? If I roll all this back to here, we're going up in 15s, so it goes 15, 30, and then we go down in 15s. 15 minus, 30 minus, 45 minus, what's next?
60.
Minus 60, and then we're going down in 15s, remember, so minus 75. All right, so we're at minus 75. If we go to 0, that is 75 moves. If we go to 30, that is 30 more moves. We add them together, we get a difference of 105, which is what it says. Well done, Izzy. Count the jumps, right? Divide your number by the jumps. It should work. Play with it at home. We'll move on. Way too easy. Remember Mrs. M. Remember Mrs. M and her baseball bat. And if you don't get 17.8 and 3.07 and a hole where you put a 0, it will go wrong. Same sort of thing. Way too easy. Probably easy. A little bit horrible. Make sure you do your 32 times table up to probably 4 times. So we've got 32, 64, 96 and so on. Same thing, do your 26 times table. I reckon you should be able to do 14 times 14 times 14. Ew. Nasty. What are we going to do, Leah?
It's root.
It's root. Okay, so we need something that will go into it. How?
Just guess a number.
Just guess a number. All right, because the easy root's like this. Lucia, what's root 36? Mr. Dennis, what's root 36? 6. 6 times 6 gets us to 36, yeah? So we've got to do root 441, which isn't going to be one you know. Lucia, what's root 49? 7, because 7 times 7 gets us to 49, yeah? Okay. Guess a number, Leah. That's all we've got, right? So guess a simple number. Oh, hang on, we can narrow it down. What's 10 times 10?
100.
So it's bigger than 10, yeah? What's 20 times 20?
400.
Oh, hang on then. So is it bigger than 20? What would you like to try?
29.
29. Wow, you not think that might be a bit big? No, what do you want to try?
24.
24, what do you want to try? 22, what do you want to try? 22 as well. So we could try 22 times 22 and see if we get 441. If we do, the root is 22, and if we don't, it isn't. But play with that one. Should be okay with that, surely. Remember to do that. Pop that on. You should be able to take 6/7 off. Have a look at your decimals or have a look at your fractions, see if you convert. If you can't convert, you might have to do something because we can't do 5/8 to take 6/8. You may have to use your whole numbers. This is like one that someone got stuck on yesterday. Now we're not going to do the answer to this, but there isn't really a quick way. Okay, you are just going to have to think about what x could be. So if we start with something ridiculous like 4 times 4 times 4, we're probably not going to get anywhere near that, are we? So you might have to think higher. Izzy, just help them out once more. If we say it's 10 and we do 10 times 10 times 10, what do we get?
1,000.
1,000. So 10 is too low, so we aim higher. Yeah, we can try the next easy number. If we do 20 times 20 times 20, what's 2 times 2, Izzy? So that would be 400, because we've got a 0 and a 0, times 400 by 20. What's 4 times 2?
8.
So that'll be 8,000, because we've got all our zeros here. So it's less than 20 and it's more than 10, and then you'll have to play around and see if it works. If you're looking for a shortcut, you probably won't find one. And that's all the quick maths for today. It's on Dojo, have a go. If you get stuck, just send me a message and tell me which one you're stuck on. Until then though, it's bye from me. Bye.
Bye.
Bye from me.